The class of 1969 established the Hippocratic Award to recognize a faculty member who not only is an excellent teacher, but also an outstanding role model physician. The award reads in recognition of zealous attention to the Hippocratic ideals of teaching and to be creative, forceful, and inspirational instruction, thereby bringing enrichment to the minds of students, excellence to the profession, and distinction to oneself. Over the years, the Hippocratic Award has become the most coveted honor bestowed on a clinical faculty member by this college. The class of 2013 has chosen to present the Hippocratic Award to Dr. Robert Hollander of the Department of Medicine. Dr. Hollander, please come forward and make a few comments to the students. Thank you.
Wow, what an incredible sight. It is amazing to stand here with you all on this unforgettable day. There are 5 things that I'm going to say. 2 of them are expressions of gratitude, and 3 of them are thoughts that you might take with you as you quest into the unknown. On behalf of those of us who live for clinical teaching, I'd like to thank you all for being here. Clinical teaching is not a solitary activity. It's an interactive. And I know that when I step into the team room, I can look forward to seeing a few 3rd and 4th year medical students ready to be challenged, ready to challenge. And it's that interactive that makes clinical teaching everything, and without which it's nothing. There are a couple times a year when you all have the audacity to take a break, and the team room is less for that. So thanks for being here. In a few weeks, you will quest into the unknown, into this incredible crucible of learning called residency. And there are things to learn beyond medicine, certain truths that you come to, and certain things that you come to understand as you follow your own arrow towards your goal. And there are 3 of these things that I've come to recognize that I'd like to share with you. The intellectual curiosity, the hard work and the study that brought you to this point, that propelled you through college and medical school to graduation. Don't leave it behind. Don't stop. One of the biggest mistakes that I see house officers make is they take these study habits that were so finely honed, and they leave them behind. There's no shelf exam, and you kind of put the books down. Don't do that. So much depends on it. Your patient depends on it. Your educational arc depends on it. The structure in which you step into this entire residency training environment, which is really nothing more than a glorified apprenticeship, depends on it. In a couple weeks, coming in behind you, there will be a sub-I and there'll be a 3rd year medical student or 2 or 3, and you'll look at them and you'll think, wow, was I that green? And you were, and you're not now because of the people above you who taught. So prepare yourself and be that teacher, be the person that somebody looks up to as a mentor, and never stop studying, never stop reading. Everybody enters medical school with the desire to do good and a strong grasp of somebody wanting to help. And as the clinical rotations unfold and as residency progress, powerful forces come to bear and beat the humanity out of you. And you have to resist that. You have to find a way to not let it happen. I remember losing sight of things. You don't realize that you lose sight of them until you regain where you're going. I figured it out by the time I was a third-year resident. But it can be challenging. So look to your third-year medical students who still have that enthusiasm and a little touch of naivety that you had. When you approach patients and you're really tired, think, if this were my father, if this were my brother, what would I do? There were a pair of essays that I stumbled across from JAMA, the A Piece of My Mind column, that I use regularly with my teaching teams. I hold these two essays dear to me, and I read them, or we read them as a team every month. The essence of one of them is simply meet the needs of the patient. And there were a few years before I came to the Gainesville VA where I worked in a dysfunctional environment. And meet the needs of the patient. I would play that in my head, and I think it's a truism that I still keep with me. If you find me on Facebook, I'll send you those essays. According to Google, there are 38,400,000 paths to success. What I'm about to say is not there. And these I think, are broadly applicable. As you continue through your medical education and residency and beyond, look at the people who are around you. Identify who they are and what they need. Understand who they are and what their needs are. Prepare yourself to meet those needs and exceed their expectations. And I can promise you that if you do that, great things will happen. Finally, if a person is known by the company he keeps, I am honored to be here to share this evening with you and with the people who have come, these people who care deeply about you. Thanks for inviting me.